Hi everyone, you're welcome back to the class of SAT Math. So we're doing on data analysis. So we are going to continue our data analysis session. Uh, so this is the next question that we are going to do. Question number 38. The histogram shows the number of mobile text messages sent by a randomly selected group of 27 people on a given day. The average number of text messages sent per person is closest to what whole number? Answers are given as 4, 5, 3, 2. So we should find the weighted averages. So if you go back and see the graph, it is uh, the messages into number of people you take. So you'll get it as 2 into 5 plus 3 into 0 plus 4 into 10 and so on by 27 persons or people. So divided by 27, you get 122 by 27, that is 4.52. As it is more than half, 0.52 is more than half. It is like this. So therefore, we'll round it up to a number greater than x, up to 5. So option is B. If it is less than half, if suppose something like 4.4 is there, it is less than half. So we would have rounded up to 4. Generally, that is the method we use in mathematics. So the options, whatever they give, will be accordingly. So please note it fast. So this is option B. Please note it fast. Right, children. So let us go to the next question. So there is another graph given here. So histogram. So if you look at this 50 to 99, 50 to 149, 50 to 199, and 50 to 249, 50 to 299. So this is the distance in yards. The number of swimmers he gave here. So this is 5 units gap. So this is 52. And this is 12. So this is 7, sorry, not 50. It is 7, 12, and this is 15, it's already there, 20, it's already there. So these are the number of swimmers. Okay. So now let us go to next page or next question. What is that? Based on the cumulative histogram, what percentage of the total number of swimmers swam between 200 to 249 yards? The options are given as those. The total number of swimmers is 20, and the number of swimmers in the interval 200 to 249 is 15 minus the cumulative part of the previous thing. Before 200, it is 12. So 15 minus 12, it is 3. As that graph is of cumulative distances, so we need to subtract the previous one from the current one. So 15 minus 12 is 3. So percentage of swimmers is 3 by 20. Total is 20 into 100. So that is 15%. So option is A. Please note it fast. Okay. Let's go to the next question. So this is the graph which is given. This is hours that is spent and the number of students. Okay. So 0 hours, it is 5. 1 hour, it is 35. 2 hours, it is 15. 3 hours it is 25. So these are the number of students who are playing for 0 hours, means not at all playing are 5. 1 hour played are 35. 2 hours is 15. And 3 hours is 25. So now based on this data, we should answer the questions that is given. The total number of students are 80. So what is the mean daily number of hours spent playing sports for the 80 students? So he gave that. So again, it's weighted average. So what we have done before, it's same. So 0 hours into 5, 1 hour into 35, 2 hours into 15, 3 hours into 25. By total number of students is 80. So this is 140 by 80. It is 1.75. So option is B. Please note it fast. Quick. Okay. Let us move to the next question or next slide. Yeah, children. Let us go to this slideshow now. I mean, questions, solving questions. So now look at this. Which of these scattered plots below show a negative association? See, this is option A, this is option B, this is option C, and this is option D. So if you look at this, this is increasing. See, spots are moving upward. As you move from left to right, the spots are moving upwards. If you look at this B, the spots are moving downward, upwards, and they are scattered. There is no relation at all. Okay. So let us see. Negative means you should have understood by now what should be the strategy. See, I told already when it is upward like this, it is increasing, and downward like this, it is decreasing. This is the thing. So if you look at these two, they are increasing. This is connectionless. They are very much scattered. There is no relation at all. And this is decreasing. So automatically negative association should be B. Negative association should be B because it is decreasing. Negative is decreasing. Positive is increasing. So these two are the cases of increasing. This is scattered, no relation at all. And this is decreasing. Right? Please note it quick. Right? So let us go to the next question. The scattered plot at the right shows the prices and weights of various boxed products of the 5 labeled products, which has the best unit price. The scattered plot at the right shows the prices and weights on x-axis and prices on y-axis of various boxed products of the 5 labeled, A, B, C, D, E are the 5 labeled, which has the best unit price. Okay, so let us see. Total price in dollars by weight will give you the unit price. So options are given. So unit price is total price by the weight. That's what I said just before. So let us see how the things are. So if you look at each of the 5 points of the graph, uh, B you take, its weight is very heavy, highest, and the price is almost in the second place, above A. That means if you take price by the weight, this shows very least value. Now, what is the he asked? Of the five label scatter plot at the right shows the prices and weights of various box of products of the five label points. What is the best price? Which has the best price? Best price means generally it is the least price we look at from consumer side. So least price should be B. So option C has B. I think you have understood. So B and C are almost same in terms of weights. So therefore, price by number of weights, this will be least compared to C. And remaining all our prices are higher and number of persons weights are less. So automatically there will be greater prices. So therefore, the best price will be for B, product B. Please note that. So let us go to the next question. The scattered plot shows the average scores of 10 golfers and their weekly practice time. The line of best fit is also shown. So this is the thing. The line of best fit is also shown. Now, what is that he's asking? Let us look at the question. What is the average score of the golfer that is farthest from the line of best fit? From the line of best fit. So now, now look at this. So if this is the line of best fit, you are finding a line there. So that is line of best fit. So farthest distance means always from point you should drop a perpendicular onto the line or not. So any other distance you take, it is lesser than this distance, this point distance. Okay. Therefore, the average score of the golfer who is from the farthest point, if you look at, so drop a perpendicular. If you take it, you can see here, this is touching this point. So 90 to 100. So what should this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Means each unit should be 2. So approximately it is coming out to be 98. Approximately it is coming out to be 98. So it should be option C. Now you see, this is happening at 11 hours average practice time per week, and the score of it will be 98. So therefore, option is C. Please note it fast. Quick. Okay, so let us go to the next question. The scattered plots shows the average scores of 10 golfers. Of course, the same, it should be the same graph. See, it's the same graph. Now let us see what is the question. So the question is, there are 2 golfers whose average practice time is the same. What is the difference between their average scores? So now let us see who all have the practice time. Graph is not here, so let us go back to the graph to explain you better. See, average practice time is same. See, you look at this graph, this person and this person have average practice time to be same. So look at this person's score 90, average score is 90, and this person's average score is 100. So definitely the difference of their scores should be 100 minus 10, 90. So 100 minus 90 is 10. So option D satisfies. Good. Okay, so let us go to the next question. According to the line of best fit in the scatter plot below, which of the following best approximate the year in which the number of cars repaired by Jay's motor was estimated to be 4,500? So look at this. So 4,500 is this. Okay. So according to the line of best fit in the scattered plots below, which of the following best approximate the year in which the number of cars repaired by Jay's motor was estimated to be 4,500? Draw a line here. It is cutting this here. So this is the point where these two are cutting. So from here you drop a vertical line. You are getting this is 1990 to 2000 is 10 years. So this is 1995. So this is little above 1995. So maybe approximately 1996 or 1997. So as the graph is not clear, so as definitely if you see the options, there is no 1997. So it should be 1996. So option A. Please note it fast. Okay, let us go to the next question. So this is fine. Yeah. Question 6. Refer to the following information. There is the graph is a scattered plot with 8 points, each representing the low temperature and high temperature of 8 days in September in a certain city. Both the low temperatures and high temperatures are measured in degrees Fahrenheit. The line of best fit for the data is also shown. So this is the line of best fit. Okay. So now let us see what is the question. We know the data, it is available with us, and approximations can be done. And based on the question, we need to answer them now. Okay, let us see what is the question. So based on the line of best fit for the data shown, how many degrees does the highest high temperature increase when the low temperatures increase by 1 degree? So how many degrees does high temperature increase when the low temperature increases by 1 degree? So he gave some options. Now look at this graph. So these are all low temperatures and these are all high temperatures. The question is what? How many degrees does the high temperature increase when the low temperature increase by 1 degree? See here, 50 to 60 is 10 units. So the increase for this, if you take for 10 degrees, okay, uh, so increase in high temperatures is what this is approximately 55 and maybe 57 approximately. 57 to 70. 57 to 70 means 13 degrees, approximately 30 degrees increase. And low temperatures are 10 degrees. So if you take a ratio of this 13 with 10, you'll be getting for 10 degrees increase of low temperature, but you want for 1 degree. So divided by 10. So that is the way you need. Means take 2 points, which could give you anywhere. See, I have taken here for approximation just to explain you. It could be anywhere. I can take this difference of temperatures of high to low anywhere, keeping the standard as 10 degrees difference, and then take the high temperature difference divided by low temperature difference into 1 by that gap of difference. Means 10. We are taking 10 difference. So that will give you per degree. So this is what we need to do. So let us see in this solution how much we have taken. 60 to 70 if you take, it is uh, 76 to 90. So 90 minus 70 is the 90 minus 70 is the high temperatures difference. Uh, and the low temperature difference is 76 minus 60. So if you take this difference, it is 1.25. So if you take that difference, it is coming out to be 1.3. So maybe 1.25 is not there in the ABCD options. Yes, so 1.3. Instead of that, if you look at this, it is doing exact. So there we have taken 60 to 70. Instead of that, I'll take 50 to 60. So at 50, it is 57 approximately. And here it is 70. So high temperatures difference is 70 minus 57 by difference of this is 10. Okay. So this is 13 by 10. That is 1.3 difference. So that's what we are getting option B. So instead of taking 60 to 70, at 70 it is somewhere around 82 or 82 and a half approximately. And at 60 it is 70. So one of the point, even in that solution, we have picked the standard number, but the second number is imaginary. So here, if you look at this, this is 82.5 approximately. 82.5 is very near to 83. Maybe the graph that appears maybe little here and there so that we make a difference. So, but here we got exact thing. So it doesn't matter. So that's why they won't give a nearest number if such confusions are there. So this is the answer. Please go it fast, quick. Please note it quick. Okay, children. So let us go to the next question. Question 7, refer to the following information. The graph is a scattered plot with 8 points each representing the low temperature and high temperature in 8 days of September. Same question. The same question. You see, okay. Same data. Information is same. Only thing is question may change, will change, not may change, but will change. So let us see what is that question connected to the same graph that we have discussed before. What is the predicted high temperature of the day when the low temperature is 58? So let us go back to the graph. 58 means somewhere here. So if you drop a vertical onto this, it is somewhere around 68 or 69 approximately. So let us see what is that he says. 68 is there. So that's what I said. We may not get exact, but we may get to the nearest value. So in ABCD options, we'll not have both the values, which can create confusion. So they'll give exact value. But if by bad luck, if he gives two nearest values, then there is no alternative except for guessing. Okay. Sometimes when data is not clear. So option is B. So please look at that. Good. These are all approximations, children. Some small gaps may come, but he'll avoid the confusion part. But still, if he gives the confusion option also, like if you would have given 69, I'd have had a unconfirmed guess, either 68 or 69. So in this case, it's very clear as 69 is not given, so it is confirmed that this is 68. Okay, please note it first. Quick. Okay, let us go to the next question. Question 8 refers to the same information is same. Again, he's talking about the same graph. So already we have the information. The scattered plot is known, but just we need to look at the question. What is the question? Let us look at it. So we'll look at this. Among the 4 days marked 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the scattered plot, on which day is the difference between the high temperature and the low temperature minimal? Among the 4 days, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So let us go back to the things. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So you should take the slope of the line. So what is that he says? Among the 4 days marked 1, 2, 3, 4 in the scattered plot, on which day is the difference between high temperature and the low temperature is minimal. So look at this. Let us look at the data instead of going back and drawing vertical lines and horizontal lines. We've already done it here before. Day 1, the approximate high temperature is 64 and the approximate low temperature is 57. So the difference of those is 7 degrees. Okay. So day 2 you take. Day 2, it is 76 and 60, that is 16 degrees. So what is that he said? The difference between high temperature and low temperature is minimal. So till now in the first 2 cases, if we take day 1 and day 2, 7 degrees is the minimum. So let us go to day 3 and day 4 also and see what is that. Day 3 is 15. So even day 3, if you look at the day 1 temperature difference is minimum. So you take day 4, it is 11. So everywhere you look at all 4 days, the minimum temperature difference is on day 1. So therefore option should be A. Please note it from this page. I'll give you time. So please start from here. Okay, let us go to the next page. Please note it. Good. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. Question 9, refer to the following information. Number of hours worked, this is hours worked by the 20 salesperson in company G. 30 hours by 3 salespersons. So generally in these type of questions, we'll ask weighted averages, means 30 into 3 plus 34 into 5 plus 40 into 9 plus 45 into 2 plus 50 into 1, like that, divided by 20. So that is generally the weighted average. So in these type of questions, they generally ask us weighted averages. Okay. So let us see if my guess is right or something else is asking. Sometimes you can ask how many persons are working 40 hours. Like that also you can ask. So there is nothing like only that is compulsory. But I'm guessing that that could be the question. Okay. So let us see what is the question. Or he may ask multiple questions on this, 4 or 5 questions. Based on the histogram, what is the average number of hours worked by 20 salesperson in company G? So definitely it's weighted averages. That's what I guessed. So maybe there could be 10, 11, 12 questions based on the same information. So they could differ. So if you look at this, then let us take the weighted averages. So you see, if you take at this, 3 people work for 30 hours a day, 5 people work for 34 hours a day, 9 people work for 40 hours a day, and 1 person work for 50 hours a day. So I should take weighted averages, means 3 into 30 plus 5 into 34 plus 9 into 40 plus 2 into 45 plus 1 into 50 divided by 20. So divided by 20. That's what I told the weighted average. So if you look at this, you are getting this as 760 by 20. That is 38. So option is C. Okay. So let us go back to the first page and then start noting the solution. Please copy it fast, quick. So I think you have copied this. If you have noted this, we'll go to the next page. Yeah, please note it fast. Quick. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. So now look at this. Which of the following slopes is the closest to the slope of the line of best fit for the scattered plot below. Yeah, this is a decreasing one, you see. This is a decreasing. So in this case, what is the line of best fit that we should check? So he gave options A, B, C, D. So he has given so many points here. So what is slope? Y2 minus Y1 by X2 minus X1 is the slope. Okay. So Y2 minus Y1 by X2 minus X1 is the slope. So we should check where and how we should find out this. So now look at this. If you take the slope of this, y2 minus y1 is 0, means they should be on the same line. You see, if you take, equal values. If you draw a horizontal line, somewhere 2 points are on the same line, then y2 minus y1 becomes 0. Whereas x2 minus x1 is something, but y2 minus y1 is 0. If you look at any horizontal line, if you draw, nowhere as per the observation, nowhere any line. See, you draw from here horizontal, it does not touch this. You draw it horizontal here, does not touch any line. Draw a horizontal, no. Draw a horizontal, no. Draw a horizontal, no. 1 point only. So there is a possibility at this point. You see, there is, but it should be a common point, isn't it? I mean, it should be same for every point that we take. So not for one set of points like that. So therefore, first of all, we should understand what is the line of best fit. So we are drawing the line of best fit here. You see. The line which passes through maximum number of points become the line of best fit. So you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and almost touching this. 6 points it is touching. So no other line could touch 6 points. So this is the line of best fit. Understood, children? See, him every time till now we have seen he has been giving line of best fit. But this is the case, he has given scattered points, but he did not give line of best fit. So it is our responsibility to draw the line of best fit. So now we should use y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Then we'll get the slope. So any 2 points you take, see here we have taken, this is x2 minus x1, this is y2 minus y1. Drop onto the x-axis and y-axis and get that. Or otherwise we have taken here. So anything, what I do, just look at this. Line has a negative slope. We know very clearly it is decreasing. So it is negative slope. So just look at this option. So you see there is only one answer with negative slope. So we could have answered it directly. First one I said it is falling down. So that means it is decreasing. So I could have answered it as negative, but just I'm trying to explain everything, like how to draw a line of best fit and other things. That's why we have not answered it in the first instance. If this would have been an examination and if I would have been taking the test, I would have directly answered it as negative slope. So there is only one option with negative slope, so that obviously becomes the answer. So now if you look at this, so the line has a negative slope. Since it decreases from left to right, in addition, the slope appears to be minus 1. Because if you move 1 unit horizontally from a point on the line, you need to move 1 unit vertically downward to return to the same line. You see how to observe. See, forget about this negative slope for some time. You see y2 minus y1, this length and this length are almost equal. Anywhere you draw two lines like this, these two are almost equal in ratio. See, you cannot just say that, see, I cannot take from here and here and I cannot say it's just thing. So wherever you take the ratio, means this vertical line length ratio with the horizontal line length should always be 1. Means these two should always be equal anywhere you draw the points. If you say here you draw it and here you draw it, then also it should be 1 only, equal in length. y2 minus y1 should be equal to x2 minus x1. As this is decreasing, it becomes minus 1. So therefore option is B. So this, without all this work, without wasting so much of time, we could have answered it as minus 1 because the plots are decreasing, you see. They are coming down. So answer is D. So please note it fast. I think children, you might have understood how to identify these things. In examination, you need not waste so much of time. If this simple answer is given somewhere, you better go for that option without even thinking about this. Okay, so look at this. Note these points quickly. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. The scatter plot below depicts the relationship between two variables x and y. Which of the following best describes the line that best fits the data in the scatter plot? You see they are increasing. So we should take a line which can pass through maximum number of points. So it appears somewhere in between. Always you have understand that it should pass through in between the two upper and lower points. So it's increasing, so it cannot be negative. So A and B you rule out, and C and D should be the possible options. But children, remember, we can answer this also directly without even checking. I'll tell you how I can answer. Okay, but just observe. First, let us take the line of best fit. Okay, you look at this graph. So I told in between we are drawing, so this is going this way. So y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 is vertical distance by horizontal distance. So if you look at this, vertical distance is more, horizontal distance is comparatively less. Therefore, there should be something. So look at this option. Now, I said I can answer this question directly without checking anything. Right, children? This is what I said. How can I answer this directly? Go back to the questions. Options. See, negative slopes are ruled out because you don't find any downward trend. It is all upward trend only. As you move from left to right, the vertical flow, the movement is upward, means increasing. Values are increasing. Y values are increasing as you move from left to right on X. So this is positive. So these two are ruled out. Now question arises whether it is C or D. So clearly C says 0. 0 means this line should become horizontal somewhere like this. It should have been like this. Then slope is 0. If this is the case, slope is 0. If it is like this, slope is infinity. Okay. Therefore, it cannot be 0. Horizontal. It's not horizontal. It is increasing from left to right. Therefore, clearly answer is D. I don't need to do all this whatever we have done in the next page, but still, as a process, we have done it. So please note it fast, quick. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. Look at this. Below is a scatter plot depicting the relationship between the variable A and the variable B. Which of the following best describes the relationship depicted in the graph? You see so much scattering. but clearly it's a decreasing negative trend graph. So you could have taken a line, so this appears to be the better line. This line from here, starting from this point to this point. Generally, we pick highest point and lowest point and try to join. That's all. That is the general way of doing it. So look at this. There is a strong positive correlation between the two variables. You should tell the answer, children. I need not tell it. Which one is right? By reading itself, you should be able to tell it. There is a strong negative correlation between the two variables. Two variables are not correlated. As the value of A increases, the value of B increases. So answer you could have told, I fixed my answer for something. I'll not even try to work on these type of questions. I'll directly answer it without any discussion. Okay, just we'll move on and answer it. Okay, so let's go to the solution description. So I'll tell you the answers, reserve, and you should be able to do it. So the points on the scatter plot appear to be randomly arranged on the graph. There is an indication that the values of A and B are not at all correlated. Option C. Look at this, children. How we could come to this conclusion means look at the graph. See, if you draw this, even assuming that this is the line of best fit, you see above the line and below the line, they are so scattered. They are not arranged in a proper way. See, if at above or below, if there is 1 point at some particular X or 2 points at some particular X, that is fine. But more than 2 at every point shows that they are very much scattered. So if they're scattered, they are not correlated in a proper way. There should be some base for discussion. There should be some proper 1 or 2 incidences of 2 points lying on the same straight line is okay, but not every point. So you look at the graph, it is so scattered that there is nothing that could be discussed. But definitely it is negative. Definitely it is negative. Though it is negative, it is more scattered. We cannot come to some conclusion at any particular point. Therefore, the variables are not correlated. This is how we can explain or understand the solution and write it. So therefore, this, please note it. We'll go to the next question if you note the solution. Please note it fast, quick. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. Question 13 refer to the following information. What is the information? You see here we have some dollars value of stock, dollar value of stock, and year. So there is one line of best fit. See here also they are appearing to be scattered, but if you draw a vertical line or horizontal line, there are no 2 points coming on the same line. If at all here and there, somewhere at 1 point, somewhere if you get it, it's fine. But this is not too much scattered. But if you take the previous case, that was too scattered where it's difficult to come to a conclusion. Okay, so now look at the question. The graph above shows how the value of a stock has increased over time. The line of best fit is shown. So let us move to the question. The value of the stock increased from June 2000 to June 2005 by approximately what percentage? So June 2000 to June 2005. This is June 2000, so June 2005 is this. So if you drop vertical, so if you drop a horizontal, this is 100 to 200 means this is everything is 10 units. 20 units, sorry. 120, 140, 100. No, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 125, 150, 175, 200, like that. Okay. So this is what, this is approximately 150. Okay, approximately in June 2000, approximately is 125, and in June 2005, it's approximately 150. So let us look at the things what we have identified. So June 2005 to June 2000, by the initial value is June 2000. So percentage increase means into 100 we do. Anyway, so 150 minus 125 by 125 into 100. So that is 25 by 125 into 100. So that is 4 by 5, and this is 5 cancels 5 times. So it's approximately 20%. The answer is B. Please note it fast. We have done so many questions based on this type, almost 5 or 6. We should not have any more doubts on this. Okay, let us go to the next question. Question 14 refer to the following information. It is same, the previous graph only. So we have noted certain information, and let us see what is that we need to work on. The graph above shows how the value of stock has increased over time. The line of best fit is also shown. Question number 14 says, what is the average yearly increase in the value of stock? Average yearly increase is this city. So you take certain points, 2000 and 2005 June, and the values that are there at 2000 and 2005. So that should give you the enough information. So this is 150 minus 25, 125 divided by 5 years gap, isn't it? So that should give you yearly increase in stock. So that is 25 by 5, that is $5 approximately. So please note it fast. Mitchell. Okay, so let us go to the next question. Question 15 refer to the following information. So what is that information that he has given? Again, the same information. So let us see what is that he's asking. The graph and the data is saying, what is the greatest difference between the actual value of the stock and the value of stock predicted by the line of best fit? So now Look at this. The greatest difference occurred during June 2010. The greatest difference occurred during that. So now, how do you take the greatest difference? Predicted value and actual value, 170 minus 75. So you go to 2010. So 2010 is here. So this graph represents, what is this value? This is drop a horizontal like this. So this is approximately 175. You see actual value is this. So this is 75. Okay. So these are the two identified values, 175 and 75. So go to this. So that's what we are showing here. So greatest difference has occurred in 2010. The predicted value is 170 maybe approximately, because when we draw a horizontal line, it's okay, 175 you were thinking. But it's okay, it's 170 minus actual value is the point, the dot, what it is. Predicted value is on the line of best fit. And the actual value is the dot. Okay, so that is 170 minus 75, that is 95. So this is option D. So what is the greatest difference between the actual value of the stock and the predicted value? So that's what we take the difference between the values on a line of best fit and the actual value. Please note. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. Question 16 refer to the following information. The scatter plot shows the profit by month for a new company. For the first year of operation, a line of best fit is also shown. So this is the line. So this is profit in thousands of dollars. And this is month. So second month, fourth month, sixth month, and so on. This is the line of best fit. So now let us see what is the question that he is asking. So you see, if you look at this, active 2, so this is 5, this is 15, this is 25, this is 35, this is 45. Okay, so now when it is 2 units, you are finding it approximately 2.5. When it is 3 units, you are finding it 5. Okay, so when first month it is 0, second month it is 2.5, third month 5, fourth month it is something. Okay, actually is this, that is a separate thing, but this is the predicted value, so 5.5 like that. Okay, so this is the basic information we have. If you take the slope of the line, it is increasing as it is rising. When you move from left to right, it is increasing. Therefore, we'll take that slope as positive. And this is approximately 2.5. Vertical rise is 2.5. By horizontal distance is 1. So therefore, it is 2.5 by 1 is 2.5. Slope is 2.5. The rate of increase is 2.5 per unit per month, like that. Okay. Now let us see what is that question he asked. By what dollar amount did the profit in the 18th month exceed the profit in the 13th month? So let us go back to the graph. 18th month is somewhere here. So if you take, it is this. And the other is 10th month, it is here. So it is this. So it is somewhere around 42 approximately. 18th month. approximately. Values could change. We are not using any scale or measure, or it's not so expanded graph. And during the 10th month, we have approximately 21 or 21.5, something like that. So let us go back to the question and see what happens. 13th month, we say. 13th month is what? This. The 13th month, it is this month. So it is approximately 29 in 13th month. Okay. So let us go to the next page. Let us see what our predictions are. So in 13th month, it is approximately 30,000. And in 18th month, it is approximately 42,500. So the difference of the profit, or the how much the profit has changed, increased. So it is 42,500 minus 30,000, that is 12,500. So option is C. Please move it fast. Quick change. Okay. Let us go to the next question. Question 17 refers to the scattered plot. A new fitness class was started at several fitness clubs owned by the same company. The scattered plot shows the total number of people attending the class during the first 5 months in which the class was offered. The line of best fit is drawn. So now look at this. So these dots are actuals, but the line of best fit means like on an average, we can say. So first month, it is little above 400. So we can even take it as equal to 400 also. Little above 400. As these are 200 units, it's almost equal to 400. Like that. At 2, it is almost more than 500 and below 600. So roughly it could be around 560 or 570, like that. So approximations are talking. A new fitness class was started at several fitness clubs owned by the same company. The scattered plot shows the total number of people attending the class during the first 5 months in which the class was offered. The line of best fit is shown. So for month 4, the predicted number of people attending the class was approximately what percent greater than the actual number of people attending the class. So if we go to 4th month. So 4th month, the predicted is this, which is approximately 800, but actually 600. Actually 600. So predicted is 800. Actually attending are 600. So this is approximate. This may be a little different value. This is exact. 600 is perfect. There is no alternative here. Okay. So now let us see how the things should be worked out. So now look at it. Yeah, that's what I said. Approximately 800, little lesser. You go back to the graph and see it is lesser. Little lesser, you see. So this value is somewhere around 780. Somewhere around 780. Okay. This is maybe wrong value. Okay. That's what I said while discussing. So now look at this. So it is 4, 780 is the line of best fit, means it is predicted numbers, but actual number is 4, 600. Predicted is higher than the actual number. Since the predicted number is 780 and the actual number is 600, So the percentage difference is what 780 minus 600 by original value. Original value is 600 into 100 you need to take. 180 by 600 into 100. That is 30%. So option is C. Please note it fast. Quick. Excuse me, just give me a second's time. Yeah. Well, let us move ahead. Look at this. Question 18 refers to the scatter plot. Maybe this is the same graph which we have done just before. Yeah, it appears to be the same. Now, what is the question? Let us see the question. During the 5-month period, the average increase of numbers of the people attending the class per month is closest to which of the following? So, we should find out what was the attendance in this month and what is the attendance in the 0th month, means in the first month. Okay. So the difference of that is the one which is asking 5th month and first month. So when it is 0, it means just at the start, it was 300. And when you go to the 5th month, it is 900. Okay. Hence, in the 5 months period, the average increase of people is 900 minus 300 by 5. So that is 120. So let us go back to the graph and understand once how the plotting is shown. This is very important, children, for you to work out 5th month. You see, this is exactly in between. So this is clearly 900. Exactly in between of 800 to 1000, between it is 900. At 0th month, this is also very clear, 300. But sometimes here we are able to get the values perfectly. But sometimes we have seen there is a difference of some small 1 or 2 units from our observation to the mentioned values, like that. So you need not worry about such things, because I said under such controversies, they'll not give any value which is very nearest to the actual answer. Therefore, you may get a small difference, but that small difference can be identified because he'll not give you the possible difference as one of the options. So therefore, don't worry, we have taken 1 or 2 examples and we have discussed. So if you are not able to find exact number, like if this is not exactly in between, if it is little above or little below, you may not be able to identify with our human eye. So a small difference will come, but the difference, with that difference, what could be possible answers that they won't give. So therefore, there is nothing for you to worry, and you can simply straight away go ahead with the answers. But still, if some confusion like that comes, we are helpless children. So we have to go for a wild guess and be contented with the answer you guessed. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. So please note this fast, quick. Option C. Okay, children, let us go to the next question. Question 19 referred to the scattered plot. So I think this may be the same question. A new fitness class was started at several fitness clubs. So information appears to be same. So data should also be same. Yes, it's the same graph, children. So every information is same. We have enough idea on this. So like on each scattered plot, there could be 4 or 5 questions sometimes. So it doesn't matter whatever he asks, we should be able to find out that. Look at that. At the beginning of which month did the actual number of people attending the class differ by the greatest amount from the number predicted by the line of best fit? So you have to see what is the vertical gap, highest vertical gap. You see, this you take highest vertical gap. So this appears to be whichever is highest that we should take. Okay, so that we should identify first month to fifth month. So look at this month 2. Directly will go to month 2 because the vertical height was greatest. So I have shown it here. You see, this is the highest difference between actual and the predicted. You see, is there any other point where this much length is seen? No. So clearly it is second month. So therefore, by observation itself, we can tell there is no nearest value also. If there would have been something else, some other point where the gaps are nearly equal to this, then our solution would have become much tougher. But there is no such situation, so it's very clear. So answer is second one. Okay, option A. Please note it fast. Okay, children. So let us go to the next question. Question 20 refer to the scatter plots, which shows wrist and neck circumference measurements in centimeters for 12 people. The line of best fit is also drawn. Question 20 refer to the scatter plot, which shows wrist and neck circumference measurements in centimeters for 12 people. So now let us see. So this is the thing that is given. Neck circumference and wrist circumference. On x-axis it is wrist circumference. On y-axis it is neck circumference. So the line of best fit is shown here. The line of best fit is shown here. So We have some points, actuals, what is happening. So let us see what is that he's asking. So what is the predicted neck circumference in centimeters for someone whose wrist circumference is 17 centimeters? So let us go back. 17 is this. So neck is somewhere here. So it is approximately 38. For 17, approximate neck circumference is 38. Okay. So let us see. 38, we have option B. Okay. So no nearest value of confusing state. So very clearly at 17, it is option B. Okay. Please note it fast quickly. Okay. Let us go to the next question. So look at this. Question 21 refer to the scatter plot, which shows wrist and neck circumference. Then as soon as we see the words wrist and neck circumference, it is very clear it is the same question, same data on which we have discussed a question before. So let us see, it's the same data. Now we should see what is the question. How many of the 12 people have an actual neck circumference that differs by more than 1 centimeter from the neck circumference predicted by the line of best fit? Actual neck circumference that differs by more than 1 by the line of best fit. So options are given as 12 people, 6 people, 5 and 10 people. So let us see. So 12 is the total number of people. So are all differing by more than 1? That is very important. So how many of the 12 people have an actual neck circumference that differs by more than 1 centimeter? So let us check what is that. You see, if you drop any horizontal lines, so it should be more than 1. This is supposed to be less than 1, right? So you take all the values. So you have, wherever it is more than 1, you see the difference here. This is appearing to be less than 1. This is definitely more than 1. This appears to be less than 1. 35 to 36. Yes. So this is more than 1. So you take vertical points. So this is less than 1. This is a question, doubtful point. So whether it is less than 1 or greater than 1. So just draw a horizontal line also and see. So 38.5 and this is 37.5, exactly equal to 1. So this is definitely less than 1. This is more than 1. 1. So this is exactly equal to 1. So 2 less than 1. So this may be equal to 1 or more than 1. Yeah, this is also more than 1, appearing to be more than 1. So this also appears to be more than 1. 4. And this also appears to be more than 1. Okay. So 5. approximately 5 points we could guess. Sometimes, as I said, this guess could go wrong because we are not using a scale and putting the value. So it's better to carry a scale with you in examination hall so that you can identify exactly what is the difference so that you can answer it correctly. But let us see if what we have guessed is right. Option C we have guessed. So it is without scale also, we could guess it correctly. So let us see what is the option that is there. C. So without scale also, because there could be certain points which are minutely different from actuals. So therefore our answers could go wrong. So that's why I was telling, like, carry a scale so that you never commit a mistake in the examination hall. Please remember to carry a scale, pencil, rubber, calculator, and a pen. These are compulsory. And a sharpener. Please carry these things compulsory so that you'll not find any problem in the examination hall. Clear, children? So please copy it fast so that we go to the next question. Okay, children, let us go to the next one. Question 22 refer to the scatter plot which shows wrist and neck circumference measurements in centimeters. For 12 people, the line of best fit is drawn. It is the same graph which we have discussed. But in the previous question of 21, we were talking about circumference of neck. But in this, we are talking about wrist and neck circumferences measurements in centimeters. Then the question we should see. So in the previous case, we talked with differences between neck circumferences as one. But now maybe I don't know if he's asking about the wrist. Let us see what is that he's asking. What is the average increase in neck circumference per centimeter increase in wrist circumference corrected to the nearest 10? Means 10 means 1 decimal. Okay, that is what we should see. The options are given as 5.2, 4.2, 3.1, 2.2. So let us see what we have done here. The slope of the best fit line represents the average increase in neck circumference per centimeter increase in wrist circumference. The slope of best fit lines represents the average increase in neck circumference per centimeter increase in wrist circumference. Pick any two convenient points on the best fit line. So if you take 14 as wrist point, you are getting neck circumference as 31.5. If you take 17 as wrist, circumference, you are getting neck circumference as 38. So now, let us check. See, we are making sometimes, not every time, children. Sometimes it's very clear. Many times it's very clear. But sometimes we are making wild guess as the numbers that we are identified is not that clear. So therefore, let us go back and see at 14 and 17 what is observed here when we are solving with a better scale and all. So what is that is happening, and when we are using directly without using scale, what is happening? 14 and 17. See, at 14, this is the thing. At 14, it is exactly, we are getting it as 31.5. You see, at 14, it is 31.5. So, if wrist circumference is 14, the neck circumference is 31.5. And at 17, you see, when it is 17, we are getting this as 38. So here we are able to identify very clearly. You see, our identified points are wrist is 14 and neck is 31.5. Wrist is 17, neck is 38. This is what we could identify. So is it really exactly suiting or correlating with what we have done with scale. The solutions when we have done on the page, it was with scale. Now without scale. Okay, let us see our observations are right or wrong. So you see at 14, 31.5, at 17 is 30. Perfectly, we got the solution. Means sometimes, most of the time, it will be like this. You can get perfect and exact values. But sometimes you may not get exact values like this. So in those times, I'm very clearly stating this is fourth or fifth time I'm telling in today's session that sometimes there could be a minor difference from our guess without scale to actuals with scale measurements. So don't get worried, like these answers will be different. You see 2.2, 3.2, 4.2, 5.2 are so widely separated. So there can't be any place where you'll have a confusing point. So now you find out the slope. 38 minus 31.5 by 17 minus 14. That is 2.17. So the nearest value of it is 2.2. The nearest value is 2.2. The option is D. Please note it, check. Okay, children. With this, we close your discussion of today's class. Of course, we are showing it as Master, but now it is Turito. So earlier it was Master, but now same Master is now Turito. So wishing you all best of luck and hope that you'll be practicing the questions which are given in your daily practice papers. Uh, Waiting to meet you in the next class. But before that, you have a test. So please practice and write the test well. Thank you and have a great day. God bless you all.